So Amber has been with UMC for 13 years. She started off her career here at UMC as a nurse in the EC. She works currently as the risk manager in the legal department, does a fantastic job. Amber identified that there were extended wait times down in the EC, and she asked if she could go on her own outside of her normal schedule down to the EC and help. Really, I was sitting at my desk here at the BATC, and I joined Safety Huddle, and the director of the EC came on and described what I would consider a really bad day in the ER. I think she said 55 plus patients waiting in the lobby to be taken back to a room, and they had a 25 plus hour wait. And so I made a phone call to the charge nurse and said, hey, I have some time, I'm coming over to help. And so I just showed up and went out to triage, because that's the busiest place in the ER when you're at max capacity and you're at overflow. And I just started helping. One of the first people I saw was Heather Cruz, and she is a charge nurse, lobby charge in the EC. And first of all, she asked, why are you here? Because usually when the risk manager shows up, it's usually not for a good thing. And I said, well, I'm here to help. And she was just immediately so grateful and thankful, and asked me again if I was sure I wanted to help. And I said, of course I did. I felt compelled to help because I had been under that pressure before, and I knew what it was like. And I had the time to help. So I just went and helped. The EC staff, they didn't need me that day. This is something they do every single day. That 12 hours would have ended. Everyone would have gone home on that shift. The patients would have eventually gotten to. But it's easy to overlook a group of individuals who are experts at their job and say, oh, they don't need help. Yes, they're very busy, but they're experts. They know what they're doing. They've got this. They deal with it every day. We have to remember that being in that time of crisis all the time, it wears on you, it burns you out. And so to be able to add or provide support is important. And it doesn't matter where you work, whether you sit behind a desk now or you're at the bedside, we all have a responsibility to care for those patients. This is just one example of all of the different ways that behind the scenes she looks for opportunities for improvement or ways to help the system. I like to say she has a servant's heart. I think she genuinely wants to help people, and she doesn't want recognition for helping people. In fact, she hates getting recognized for her efforts. She's very much so content to be behind the scenes, but she's always willing to go above and beyond. We see that in her position, and then we just see that in general. She's loyal to UMC, whether it's patients, visitors, doctors, nurses, she is there to help, and she's willing to do the work. There's a quote that I like to live by Mr. Rogers, and it's something that his mom told him. So when he would get scared or saw something on TV that was worrisome to him, his mom told him to look for the helpers, because in times of crisis or in times of need, there's always helpers. And so as a professional nurse, and even in my personal life, that's something that I've lived by. I'm going to be a helper.